Hey guys, Jens here from Angel Invest, today from the green room. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Over the weekend, I thought about LLMs and what the future of AI is likely going to look like for a variety of reasons. And the thought crept up on me as I thought, I now think it's possible that everything that we think of as rational thought, all these, I have this structure, I have logic, I can do this and then I can do that. I am not so sure whether that is actually all real or whether we just make this up in our own mind. I think there is a possibility, if not a high probability, that this is just a function of, some data that we stored somewhere in our brain and raw compute power put together. Because everything else is kind of like complicated and we don't have these different kind of structures in our brain, right? So I think it is super, super likely that as the cost of AI compute drops by a factor of 10, a factor of 100, we can then run the LLMs at such speed and power that they then mimic our brains. And at that point, they become self-aware and they become like all of these things that we think of that are currently missing. Most of these probably are not missing. There's a real probability that that's true. And if that's true, then, as Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and whoever build up these massive data centers, in these data centers, there will be so much compute power, and the cost of all of that, the cost per token will drop so much over time that these systems will then become fully self-aware. And that's going to happen over the next 5 years. Guaranteed. I mean, you can completely extrapolate that. In fact, we've done that. We're going to publish that in the next few days. But, the TLDR is, it's probably just about compute power and the cost of that. And that's it. That's the only thing that's missing. And if it's the only thing that's missing, then it will happen. And it's then also guaranteed to happen. And then you can also calculate when it will happen, because there are no uncertainties left. So that's my current thesis. We are, I'm certainly doing my investments with that in mind. So if you've got a startup that basically says, my bet is that the compute power is going to be amazing and it's the only thing that's missing, and my startup is perfectly positioned to take advantage of that, I would really love to talk to you. I'll see you guys next week.